thinking.
Oh, I got run over by the ATV, so that's fun.
Now you guys wish you were sticking with Crimson.
Oh, that rollback I just heard! Just the most horrendous sounds I've ever heard in my life.
It rolled up the hill, rolled straight back, and absolutely ruined me.
It almost took me out as well there.
Oh dear. So DMZ has definitely surprised a lot of people, and from what I'm seeing in the comments of my videos and on social media, it's become the main mode in Warzone 2 for many people. Personally, I'd say I've probably spent many more hours in it than on Warzone 2, just because extraction shooters in the last couple of years have become my favourite type of game to play, and DMZ has potentially found itself a perfect niche to sit in. It is a modern day shooter like Escape from Tarkov, which is an aesthetic that appeals to a large player base, but is nowhere near as grindy or punishing as that game. However, while I could sing the praises of this game mode, there is a big issue that needs to be addressed quickly if DMZ is going to continue to have success. And that is the lack of a deep meta game like all the other extraction shooters on the market. In other extraction shooters, players spend a lot of time looting and scavenging for gear and resources, which they can then use outside of the actual raid to upgrade their gear, character, or a hideout. This adds an extra layer of strategy and depth to the gameplay, as players have to carefully weigh the risks and rewards of each run. At the moment, DMZ is a great place to earn XP, rank up your guns, potentially unlock some cool skins or operators, but how long is that going to remain engaging for the majority of players? In DMZ, looting is mostly pointless. There's nothing you can do with the gear you find, and there's no way to take it out of the match. This means that there's no incentive to risk your life for a few pieces of gear, and the gameplay risks quickly becoming repetitive and boring. This became even more apparent with the new Building 21 they added, and then removed, which is a whole weird thing in itself. I don't want to go on a tangent. In my head, they removed it because it was bugged. The keycards weren't working properly, so you could just access it over and over again, but they didn't want to just admit that, so they've woven some weird narrative around it. Anyways, that's kind of besides the point. Building 21 is marketed as a great place for high-tier loot, high risk, high reward kind of thing, very similar to labs from Escape from Tarkov, which is the link most people have made. And my first few games, I was excited. This was a really cool experience. But then once you've opened the 10th orange chest to find yet another 3-plate vest and a large backpack, I was quickly left thinking, what's the point of it all? I can't take any of this gear with me, it just gets deleted on extract. Now, this isn't to say DMZ is a bad game mode. It still has plenty of action and excitement, and the extraction gameplay loop is solid. But if you're a fan of games like Escape from Tarkov or The Cycle Frontier, or even Hunt Showdown, you might be disappointed by the lack of depth in the metagame. At a minimum, DMZ needs a stash that you can at least store spare armor vests, backpacks, kill streaks, and the like. They already have the infrastructure with the contraband weapons and the keys, so really, I can't see this being a difficult thing to include. And right now, what's even the point of storing keys if none of the loot you get in those buildings is usable outside of the 30-minute raid? Yes, you can go to a buy station, sell some stuff, buy armor plates, buy kill streaks, buy whatever, but really, is that meaningful? Does that really change the game that much? Does that make you want to come back and keep playing it again and again? I guess time will tell. I would also love to replace the insurance slots and introduce some sort of store where you have to buy guns and attachments with extracted currency or by selling in-game loot. I think that would really up the ante, and it would also increase the value of PvP. At the moment, I see a lot of comments on my videos, people are complaining about getting hunted by squads, and I can kind of see their point. There isn't really much value in fighting another team. Yeah, it's fun, it gives you a bit of excitement, but you're not really getting much out of it unless they have an insured weapon, and really, is that even that valuable? If you introduced a store and a stash thing, then, you know, fighting other players, you could take off some high-tier weapons that maybe you haven't unlocked yet or are too expensive for you to afford. You could get multiple 3-plate vests, big backpacks, gear that would allow you to upgrade a potential hideout. You know, the opportunities there are endless for them. And I don't want to go on it too long because that's a topic that could fill a whole nother video, so I'll just leave it at that. The foundations are there for DMZ to overtake the Battle Royale mode in Warzone and become a huge game mode but there are some key features that need to be added, and I think they need to be added pretty quickly if you're going to keep the player base's attention. Overall, as I've mentioned, DMZ in Warzone 2 has a major problem in that it lacks this deep metagame and any real sense of progression. Until the developers introduce some way to take loot out of matches, the mode could quickly become boring and unenjoyable. I really hope the developers address these issues in the future, as I love the concept of DMZ and would love to see it become something more compelling and more engaging and draw more people in to play it. I am optimistic about the fact that they've labeled DMZ currently as a beta suggests that there is a lot more to come for this mode, and that is what they keep telling us. There is more and more planned. So I think Season 2 could be really telling. Hopefully they introduce some big mechanics. I don't want to just see a bunch of new maps, as that will be fun for a few weeks, but then will quickly become boring, so we definitely need more added than just that. And some of the things I've mentioned I think would really take this game mode to the next level. Anyways, that is all for today. Thanks for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below on what you'd like to see added to DMZ in future updates. And be sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Cheers. Work, because, oh, come on, Crimson. Because there's no map. So I don't know.
Oh,
That's the player, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Just stay on. Yeah, they're too far away too.
Oh, Crimson jumped off.
Well,
Okay, bye.
Bye, Crimson. Rip.
see you, Crimson.
Bye, buddy. I'll try and protect. No, can't protect. He's literally full sent at them.
Oh no!
He didn't want to live in this world anymore.
He sacrificed himself so we could escape.
Did seem like a bit of an unnecessary sacrifice.
Yeah.
Sun.